Ro.16, TY, Bunny, Hurricane, DRG, GSL Season 1, Code S. Africa TV, Freak Up Studio, live. LG Ultra Gear and Hot 6, 2021, GSL Season 1.
We're back, and we have, again, I'm going to say it again, it feels weird, Bunny advanced first out of this group.
Offered himself up as TY's sacrifice towards another championship, and then just spanks the group and goes out in first place on Easter as Bunny.
I can't believe it.
He played us all.
Get your Cadbury eggs ready.
This is the long con. 12 years in the making.
I know, he just had to wait for the one day. And let's do a little bit of Easter egg hunting. Artosis, what do you say?
Easter egg hunting's amazing, man. I miss it.
You miss it?
Yeah.
I guess we can't do it with COVID, right?
I did an Easter egg hunt with my kids. It's just that's the thing. What, are they going to hide eggs from me? That doesn't work.
Yeah, you're too good. You find those eggs immediately.
Right away. I'm like, did you guys even try?
TY versus DRG. This is another thing that feels weird to say. One of these players is about to be eliminated first in the round of 16 in Season 1. I can't believe it.
2021.
Let's do this.
GSL Season 1.
We stood at the edge of the world. Seize the stakes.
Africa Freaks, TY. Team NV, DRG.
Let's get rid of one of these players.
I guess so. I thought this would be the winner match.
I know.
And it's kind of crazy because DRG's Zerg vs. Protoss looked super weak against Hurricane, but his Zerg vs. Terran is really good. It is capable of beating TY best of 3. I still think TY is a little bit favored, but yeah, he's dangerous.
Both these guys are so good. It is in one sense sad that one of them is going to be knocked out, but this is kind of a pleasant surprise as well because it's such an unexpected series of games so far. I mean, really, we're already starting out with a very different looking round of 8. I mean, normally, you see Bunny go to round of 8, you get excited, right? You go, oh, that's so cool. Good for him. We're used to seeing him, just not do as well as these other guys, to put it simply.
He's not even a regular in the round of 16.
No, you're right.
So to get to the round of 8 is really big for him.
Yeah, and I mean, he's done it in kind of a crazy fashion. But you look at these guys like TY and DRG. It's also wild. One of them is going to get knocked out. We can end up with a very different round of 8 if we have a couple more plot twists here. And I'll tell you this too. DRG is very strong at this matchup. This is sort of the matchup that keeps reminding everybody that DRG is a real threat in general. But maybe DRG can take out TY. Maybe that happens. And then I don't know what happens with Hurricane and DRG. Maybe this is the absolute big upset group.
Yeah, it could be. And don't forget what could happen in the round of 8. Like, Maru is favored to win his group. What if TY gets second here? Maru versus TY round of 8 match? That doesn't sound right. That is a finals match, literally.
Yeah, it's insane.
They're not supposed to meet before then.
Now, hopefully DRG plays a little bit better. I think there's more question marks about DRG's play so far than TY's. Yeah. TY took a risk in Game 2 and it didn't work, and then he just seemed to play Game 3 as if his drop worked. He killed one SCV, lost the Hellions, and then pushed anyways, and it's like, normally...
Well, yeah, he got a little bit out of position, and the drop killed SCVs, and he's like, let's go, like, I'm behind. And
yeah, honestly, I think Game 3, and I have high standards for TY, but Game 3 was a... I think one of the more disappointing performances from TY here.
I'm sure he is more disappointed than you and I.
No. Well, TY is, again, he's sort of the our anime protagonist of this tournament. I mean, if he's not playing, he'll be cast, and he'll be with us one way or the other. But yeah, TY has basically become one of the 3 or 4 most consistent players in the past 3 years, 2 years or so here. Just really always delivering. He's always a safe bet to win, so it's funny to see him in this kind of a position.
Ooh, look at this. The Hellion run by, something that doesn't generally do that well. He actually gets in on top of these drones really heavily. And that was pretty good defense. Only 4 drones falling. That's not bad.
I thought it was going to do a lot more when I saw him attempt to put the Evo down, but it got blocked.
Yeah. At that moment, I'm like, oops.
Yeah, this should be bad. But surface area, the Hellions, they have to really line up with the targets, so they didn't quite get the kind of spray they wanted to get.
And now he doesn't really have the strong Hellion Banshee combo, which is a bit of an issue, right? Like, you really do want those together. Anytime you dive with the Hellions, you're really hoping for a lot of damage. It generally doesn't come, though. Like, you know, back in Wings Liberty, you just run by everything with the Hellions and kill a million drones. Like, oh, I am so good. Nowadays, it's like you run past, and, I mean, you just saw it. Even in the best circumstance possible where he blocks the Evo from being made, it doesn't do that much. See what this Banshee gets done. Already a couple drones.
Okay, coming down now. I'm trying to get these workers over here. Again, you know, TY's damage has been not bad, but also not amazing either. Seeing no detectors here. This is actually, it's going to start to add up for sure.
6, 7 kills. That's like way better than the Hellions.
And these things all begin to add up. Stim starting back at home for TY. Third CC about to finish. I don't think we're going to see a very quick push from TY. Instead, probably a bigger build-up here. And probably go for a bit more of a control mid-game.
Second Banshee coming in. So 9 drone kills total as he pulls away. That third command center going to be finishing up here pretty shortly. A couple medevacs about to pop out. Just baiting speed on the way for DRG. We'll see where he goes with this. Like, we don't have a Spire or anything yet. But we've seen him in the past play just Ling Bane into late game, like Ultra and stuff. See, maybe that's how he wants to do it.
So a lot more Lings inbound here. Here come the double medevacs moving out. And that is, like, I'm like, is that Bunny playing? There's a tank inside the medevac? He's going to try to set up over here. I'm like, now TY plays like Bunny does.
You can't beat him doing them. All right, I'm not sure how much he's really going to get done here. It seems like DRG has enough.
Yeah, this doesn't look like it would ever work, right? I mean,
I guess it's about efficiency. He's going to go ahead and lose that tank. He's killing a decent amount of Lings.
Medic Marine are funny again because certain angles they get, it's like, oh, you're going to way defeat the Lings.
Yeah. This is definitely a part of that push too, though, right?
Absolutely.
These Banshees in from the side, all the queens left.
It's funny, he comes back and almost moves out and he goes, wait a minute. This is actually going pretty well. The queens should be able to get down there in time, but, you know, damage like this adds up. You can transfuse this to save it, of course, but it's just energy going into something that's not creep tumors or injections.
All right, kind of get out of there without losing anything.
Act 2.
Another tank. All right, let's go.
And look, it seemed like DRG was doing okay holding this, but you can start to fray at the seams of your defense.
Yeah.
It's not an easy position, especially if he gets behind this extractor here. He could take a fight, pick up, relocate, and pop right back down to the other refiner, or like gases or whatever that are down there. And I mean, this is, you know, TY really taking his fights, right? And so far, it's not bad. What is the HP on that layer? Is it fully healed back up, or?
I'm not sure. It looks like it might have gotten a transfusion. It seemed like it wasn't bleeding enough for how much damage they did before.
It's not one of the best things to do is try to go for a building that big, but if a building is not attended and that happens a couple times, suddenly you lose a game because they shoot down your layer in your main. You know, and that's just
imagine that he threw a transfuse down on it. Like, if you lose a layer in your main base.
I'm sure he did. I'm just saying, if these fights keep on happening and he's able to slip over there a couple more times. So now we're going to have the rest of the infantry, medevacs, tanks move out. All the little skirmishes we saw were basically a build-up to the push we're seeing right now. And it's going to come on the as 1-1 completes here. So this is going to be extremely strong. The counterattack, it's okay. It makes Terran respect the Zerg's positioning, but it's not going to really stop this push from coming. And of course, as much as it is great to kill SCVs and stuff in a counter, it's also extremely important to stop the actual push that's intended to end the game. And so that push is going to come out. He might use this high ground as sort of a siege tank point. Yeah, we're seeing him set it up here. And then he can use the lip around the lower edge here to have other tanks and Marines hug this area.
Yeah, look at this. Very nice micro from TY, keeping that pressure on. I love that siege tank placement. So hard to get those banelings up to actually do anything here. Oh, actually gets a decent connection there. TY whittling everything down. Now it does look like it's going to be Lingbane Hydra. His 2-2 is just slightly ahead of TY's, but TY getting Drilling Claws, still making siege tanks. The creep spread is pretty awesome, especially towards the north, and he is taking his 5th base up in the top right.
Okay, pushing out now.
Dude, these Banshees are actually pretty killer.
TY is doing a fantastic job on a lot of different fronts. He's really not overextending. These Banes are going to come up. They're not really hitting their targets, and so he clears the tank, but the infantry are absolutely a real threat.
I tell you, the Banshees defensively have done a lot against these Lingbane counterattacks. Like,
yeah.
It's not something that I'm used to seeing that much, right? Is 2 Banshees just sitting there. Like, a lot of times we see Banshee defense against things like incoming Roach Ravager. But the fact that they've been floating around and DRG's trying to do things with Lingbane and has to pull back quicker than he wants to, it's really impactful.
It's pretty impressive, for sure. So it's 4 base versus 5. DRG just finished his new base at the upper right. A pretty difficult base on this map for Terran to push. It's pretty far removed. And it seems like we're now getting to the point where DRG is going to be looking for a fight. He's going to be massing up lots of Banes. There'll be Ling and Hydra behind that. And this is really to force a fight and win it and ideally destroy a base. Because, and again, if it doesn't succeed and you make a ton of Banes and it does not work out, you were completely cost inefficient and you'll lose. Oh my god, these Baneling landmines are insane! I think he missed it.
Yeah.
They just went right over. Unreal, man. I think DRG still clearly has enough to drive this away, but those may be, funnily enough, more important later on, too. I don't think he intentionally didn't detonate him, but...
No, I think he was dealing with top right,
yeah.
So missed it. And TY having to pick up all over the place. You know, when you start to get a decent amount of Hydras out, it gets really hard to continue this pressure, because the Hydras add that base damage in the back and can actually pick off the medevac so much faster than Queens.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're seeing even as an example back there, that Queen firing away at the medevac, and it still slowly flies away to this corner of the map.
Double drop coming down on DRG's 6th base. Oh no, he actually flies by to the main where there were already Lings. But Banes, yeah, I guess as they pop, he's going to have to pick up. Oh, that was almost the greatest Bane hit.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. The medevacs are to come through the top. And, you know, it's funny. TY looks pretty scary. He's being pretty aggressive everywhere, but let's keep in mind, he hasn't really shut DRG down on any front. We have another attack coming in here. It looks like this one is going to go very well for DRG. TY, though, going to push through here now. And it looks like he's going to do kind of a funny-looking attack right in the middle of everything, but maybe this is going to work. Oh, maybe not. This looks like it's a terrible idea.
And the Spore takes down medevacs there in the back. Yeah, really rough.
There's a thing about casting TY's games where he's been so perfect for so long that I'll see a move that really doesn't make sense, and I'll say, oh, here this could really maybe be amazing, and then it doesn't work like anybody else who did the attack.
He was kind of Ramboing there. Like, he was...
Yeah.
Look how far out the creep is, and look where he was. He was in the natural. How do you even get to the natural?
It's funny because, yeah, he would be also in the middle of all rally points on a map that's this big. What?
Double Nidus. Double Nidus.
Dude. This is the thing about DRG, man. He's so good at this matchup.
I love double Nidus play.
I don't know why we don't see more of it.
I think I've only seen...
It's only with Rogue.
Modern era. Does Rogue ever make 2 Niduses?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen it, yeah.
Okay, so maybe Rogue a little bit, and I've seen Cyril do it like 1 time, I think. And like every time I've seen it, it looks really cool.
Well, it just makes
I
sense.
feel like
it's not expensive. And
yeah, at this point in the game, you can afford getting 2, and then you pop 2 out. It's like, well, you're going to get units out twice as quickly. It's, you know,
Yeah.
it's twice as hard to clear this.
And the thing is, you don't even have to use them at all. I mean, look at this attack over here. There's a chance there's nothing that's going to come out of there. And look at this. This is what I was talking about earlier. The kind of fights that DRG wants to take are the ones where he completely flattens a position.
Like that?
Yeah, where he just wipes that spot out. And look, all the ghosts are over here. They're fighting off the Niduses. The Niduses were a red herring in the strategy from DRG. He just set those up. And TY, you know, when you see 2 Niduses in one spot, you really have to almost overcommit to stopping it, which makes it weak spot somewhere else on the map.
Seems like he did not even have to plan.
By the way, mechanically, this isn't hard to do. People just don't. I think more people should be doing this. They're just not.
A lot of lurkers out now.
Yeah.
He got the damage done. He's still maxed out. His creep spread is insanity. His upgrades are great. I mean, the difference between DRG's Zerg versus Terran and his other matchups is insane. Like, it's so much better. He needs Terrans to be the best in Korea. Like that. That's how DRG's path to another GSL victory is going through all the Terran players.
Okay, here's another attack coming in over here.
A massive burrow up here. A lot of ghosts for TY. Tries to throw down an EMP there.
Yeah, and this is another big attack here from DRG. It's kind of crazy to say. I think TY is on the path to a loss here.
Yeah.
Surprised those Banelings didn't connect a little bit better. Now 14 kills there. Nicely done. Good closing there with the attack. And this is a TY. He's actually on 5 bases. I do want to point out the bottom left has been taken. I actually didn't notice it until a second ago.
I didn't see that either.
But it does seem like DRG has gotten to where he's wanted to be in this game, and he's just dishing out attacks everywhere. And it's kind of like there's maybe too many fires to put out at once here for TY.
Yeah, DRG is really everywhere now. He's got the economy that he wants. 99 workers, which is kind of funny. But he's got his upgrades, that +3 melee even about to finish. And, I mean, he has, like, so many options here, right? He keeps throwing down the Niduses. He doesn't even have to do anything with them.
Yeah, this is some pretty impressive stuff.
It's like TY is not even going to be able to afford bullets soon if he keeps this up.
Yeah, big attack comes in here. And, I mean, I think we're almost at GG here. I don't think TY can actually recover. I don't think anybody can recover from what DRG is doing right now. Again, you can't let the Zerg get this far out of control or there is no turning it around. And I mean, we're seeing more of the map taken. GG, DRG.
What a game from DRG.
Dude, it's night and day. His ZVP and his ZVT.
Couldn't get more different.
We should call this guy ZVT Man. Like, that's his superhero power.
That's his...
I am ZVT Man. But how does one stop ZVT? Well, that's only with PVZ Man.
Yeah, with PVZ Man.
Yeah.
Or,
Not you, PVZ Man, my kryptonite.
Oh my God. It is so impressive, like what his Zerg vs. Terran looks like.
But the difference is so stark.
Yeah.
This is not normal, even at the very top. I mean, there's some pros that are like, oh man, they'll go, we don't know how to beat this race. But it's like, DRG is making TVZ look like we need to fix it immediately, but then he dies to Protoss attacks. Like, you know, he's never seen a War Prism push before. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Romanticide for Game 2, guys. TY may be the first player eliminated from the GSL Code S.
2021 GSL Season 1.
We stood at the edge of the world. Seize the stakes. We're living a life lighted by a candle.
Africa Freaks. TY. Team NV. DRG.
You know, if TY is knocked out here, I think there's going to be a lot of reflection on the build orders selected in the Bunny games and some of the decisions he made. And, you know, I want to just put this idea out here. he's been successful for so long that sometimes people begin to rest on their laurels.
Yeah, that does happen.
I mean,
That does happen.
this group, I think anybody who follows any StarCraft at all would say TY is guaranteed to move out, and maybe he came in here sort of a little bit too relaxed. You know, GSL is kind of like climbing a mountain with no harness. You know, you just have to fall once and you're out. You know, it's yeah.
He's been on the top for so long now, right?
Yeah.
This is his 3rd season in a row leading the group nomination, which
Yeah.
means he's the #1 ranked GSL player 3 seasons in a row. That's some domination, right? And I mean, he's going to the military this year. We don't know exactly when,
Allegedly.
but yeah, I mean that definitely can happen. It doesn't feel. Well, I don't know. I don't want to over-project, but it doesn't feel the same as like when Classic was going to the military, and Classic
Yeah.
was playing frantically, and you could tell Classic was like, I really need another championship, you know? And he like went out as the top Protoss in the world when he went to the military.
Right,
It
yeah.
was not. There was really not a question, especially after that BlizzCon, right, where he's like the only non-Zerg to even make it deep. And but with TY, like, does he have that same hunger? He's been a pro gamer longer than anybody.
Well, I mean, I also that's I think something to factor in certainly, and I also think just he might have come in here a little bit too relaxed, a little bit too, you know, it's another day in the office, so to speak,
Maybe.
for a pro gamer, and I think that was shown a little bit in. I think it's fine to take a risk in a best of 3, but I think when he did the double proxy again,
Jesus.
oh dude.
The proxy starport is going to get.
You know what's
scouted,
funny is I
Jesus.
hadn't actually even really looked at what is happening in this game yet, but
Yeah, I don't like to start casting till 5 minutes in.
I wait until
but-
they're on their 3rd base, and I'm like, so what are they doing?
I'm like, why does DRG not
Yeah.
have any drones? Oh man, that is.
So this is just enough
no.
time to.
Oh!
You know, I never liked it that the SCV kept building after it was killed and the bar wasn't done.
Yeah.
That is one thing. It's like at 99% you kill it. It's like, no. Like the last part of the building you had to put in like slid into place, and it's like now it works. But
Well,
again,
that's
spotting
really
that
lucky
is
for him that
crazy.
it's super lucky that finished, because
Well-
if you have to cancel that and restart, that is just the most annoying thing. Here, at least you get something, right?
The SCV did stay a little bit in the center for like looked like a second and a half or something.
Yeah. And that is one of the few RNGs that exist in StarCraft 2. There's
Yeah, that's true.
This game has almost no RNG.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the only things that, yeah, I guess you're right now that I think about it. What else is there?
Yeah, StarCraft 2 has much less RNG because
StarCraft
we
1
only have
much
2
more.
player maps, and there's the high ground functions completely differently. But yeah, the SCV building is RNG. Protoss build orders are RNG, and that's about it, right?
Wait, what did you say?
Protoss build orders.
Protoss builder is completely RNG.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've got a 20-sided Protoss build order die they roll.
They make the Void Ray.
Yeah.
You can't scout him. It's RNG,
And there's
man.
no way to know what's happening.
You can't tell.
Overlord shot down. And, yeah, man, like, you know, this is a rough start here for TY. I don't think it's something he can't recover from, but, again, DRG has just looked like such a robust Zerg player against Terran.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Actually-
I wonder if this could just be a 2-0.
You know, I'm actually sitting here, Tasteless, really racking my brain for different pieces of RNG. And there's one thing, would you consider this RNG, how Zealots charge in and connect? Because it's
I don't-
so complicated that no one can control it. And we've even seen it in interviews. And as someone who's played a lot of Protoss with charge lots, it definitely feels this way, where like sometimes you get really good connections with your charge lots and you win a battle, and
I
sometimes
don't know
you
if
don't,
that's
you lose.
RNG, though.
Yeah, it's not.
It does seem like you could
technically-
simulate it over and over again. It's something that you don't have direct control of, but
Well,
the truth is
it's
it actually...
too complicated to ever control, right? So
Right.
it's in a way, it's RNG. And like I remember an SOS interview where like he won against some Zerg, and he's like, yeah, I mean, sometimes you just got to go in and you hope your charge lots actually get the right
Go where they
targets.
need to go.
Yeah.
I never actually liked the fact that charge lots operated like that. Was that something I thought was actually better in
Yeah.
StarCraft 1? Is I'm like, it's okay to be able to micro melee units too, not just ranged ones. We don't really have melee micro in StarCraft 2 in the same way.
Yeah, not as much.
Yeah.
Not as much. It's much more about ranged micro. For sure.
Yeah,
You're right
yeah.
about that. What about Hellbound so too? So they have
Yeah,
so
that's
much
so exciting. I love casting pro gamers not win with the builds when we see them. Ooh, that was pretty sick.
Yeah, I know. Pretty efficient there. Gonna have to back up. His medevacs are just too low.
Yeah, he's too low. There's not enough Marines either. That was pretty crazy.
Yeah, you got as much as you
Yeah.
really could there.
That's real value.
You got
TY
blood
got
out of
there.
a rock.
Now, behind us, there's a Spire coming down. It looks like we may see DRG go for a style that is, you know, kind of the trademark DRG Heart of the Swarm approach, which is masslings and banes with mutas parked on layer tech for a little bit longer than we would expect.
Well, honestly,
You
I think
kind
this
of-
is the strongest strategy
Yeah.
against him.
Oh, I think it's just so good if you know how to do it correctly.
Yeah.
And it really, you don't let the Terran get into late game at all. You know, a lot of these games where there's like ghosts running around, like you don't really think about the game like that. You're focused on actually cutting this one short.
Well, you have so much counterattack potential, but you still have that growth potential as well, right?
Yeah.
Like you can't get up into some other techs. Like you could go into ultras and stuff and just continue to get your upgrades. All right, he's flying around with these 4 medevacs. I don't think that he's gonna find too much with these. All right, sets up. This does look like a good position. The creep spread is not really up there to the high ground. He's actually clearing some tumors, so that's going to get worse. And he is behind the gases, so it's like hard to actually get in there. But with 10 mutas coming, the amount of Ling Bane already on the map, I think DRG will clear this without it being too bad.
Yeah, this is definitely enough. You know, I think TY was trying to do some stuff that's, you know, it's worked against other Zerg players, but DRG's approach is like he's already going to have mutas coming out like we see here. He always has enough Lings because that's what you're getting to build up to defend from this. And now, look, the medevac's going to be picked off. This is starting to look bad for TY.
Yeah.
Started out looking kind of good, but again, I think the ideas at play, I mean, basically DRG is using a concept that has been, you know, kind of the bane, no pun intended there, of a lot of Terran's existences here. You know, it's one where the Terran can't be anywhere near as interactive. You know, medevacs are one of the best things that Terran have because they are so mobile. They do heal units. They fly. I mean, there's so many good things about them. And this combination of units kind of negates all of that. And so now DRG is free from any Terran oppression on the map. Now DRG can open up these areas, destroy the rocks, basically build circulation on the map.
And you know, TY floating down a command center for the 4th. Like, he still has a good economy. He has a very solid SCV count. His 2-2 a little bit behind DRG's, but it definitely feels like DRG has some control here. Like, look at that beautiful creep spread that he has. It's hard to imagine any more attacks getting him. Now, jumping in on top of this 4th before the planetary's ready, Baneling's connecting with a lot of these Marines. We'll pull back. More Lings being produced. Like, DRG's drone count up in the 80s. Again, ready for that hive tech as well.
Yeah, and he's probably done with drones now. I mean, this is enough to really have an engine that, even though right now we're seeing Terran push out, I'm more interested in seeing if TY can survive holding a 4th base. You know, a lot of times we're like, we want to watch and see if the Zerg player can survive the Terran's attack on his 4th base. Actually, now it's the opposite.
Yeah.
This is going to be where Zerg is going to have an army that's called the floor is lava.
The creep is
Yeah.
definitely lava.
And he's going to have an air army called Run Away with Your Medevacs. So it's going to be tough
you
for
think
TY.
medevacs are good against lava. They're not,
They're
actually.
not. Why would you think they're good against lava?
Yeah, just because they fly?
Yeah. So it's so significant he defends this. He does have a planetary there. We should note that. But one of the ideas at play here is Zerg's going to have so much gas pumped into his economy that the Banelings can just blow up the planetary.
Yeah, the problem with planetaries late game, like, there's the thing where if you don't have the planetary, they'll just run in with a very small amount of units and ruin your mining. And if you do have the planetary, you can't save it when they want to kill it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Both
that's
sound
true.
pretty bad.
Yeah, like you're seeing here, like, not that that was ever going to get destroyed by the Banes, but you could pick this up if things got really hairy.
Yeah.
And when you have a planetary, maybe we'll see more orbital play. I don't know. I mean, if you could get really good at evacuating everything, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Thinking out loud
it's
here.
tough, though. Just small groups of Ling Bane would just ravage you.
Yep.
And you just don't have any defense that doesn't cost supply other than a planetary, and that's a problem, too.
By the way, guys, I mean, TY is still one of the greatest Terran pushers. Maybe he actually does push through this. I just want to say what I know from DRG's perspective and casting him for so long is that he really doesn't struggle with games like this.
No, this is his wheelhouse.
That being said, I don't feel like I have a lot of memories of DRG in the super late game, you know?
Well, people die oftentimes before, but he's getting into ultras, which is exactly what I want to see here. Has his 3-3 on the way, has Adrenal on the way, and you see, like, as soon as TY is walking anywhere, DRG comes in with really strong counters. Look at that. Look at the amount of mutas here.
Yeah, and this is what
Just
we're talking
pulverizing.
about. It just destroys everything. The mutas can pick off, specifically the medevacs is one of the things that makes this so damaging, because the Marines run away, and then suddenly the medevacs are actually pointed like away from the mutas, and the mutas just snipe them down. And if you lose enough medevacs, you really lose any sustainability in fights. Not that it matters versus Banes, but with everything else it does.
You know, you know how, like, lava that's underground is just called magma, right? And then it comes out of the volcano and it's lava. When it erupts, during the eruption and it's actually in the air, does it have a different name?
When it's in the air, the lava's in the air? I mean,
Yes,
it's sulfur,
like
what it puts out, but...
Huh?
Does it put sulfur in the air?
Well, it does put sulfur in there, but, like, is there another name for it, right? 'Cause it's
Air
magma
lava
underground.
is the technical term.
Okay, that's what the mutas are right now.
Yeah, air lava. The air
my
is
God.
lava.
And the ground is also lava.
Yeah, everything is lava. We're in a universe of only lava.
Is it lava
A lava-verse.
Oh, my God.
What are they doing going through the lava-verse? Are they insane?
The lava-verse. It's like one of those superhero things, right? Where it's like the universe of, what is it, like the Marvel universe, the DC universe?
Yeah, the lava universe. Now,
it's lava versus Superman, and lava's gonna win.
Now, you know, he had one of his bases smashed again. TY, you know, again, he's not dead. I'm just worried about the next coming attacks.
Yeah, DRG doesn't have like a big bank, and TY still has a very strong army.
He does, yeah.
But the thing is, I feel like DRG can trade at a slight deficit, you know?
Yeah, he needs to be careful not to overextend. Some of these attacks have been a bit questionable. He needs to maybe get some more ultras here.
I think what he just did there was really good. Run in, do what you can, like he forced to cancel on the CC, and then run out. Get back on your creep.
Ultras kind of have corgi butts. Have you ever noticed that?
Yeah, they do have corgi butts. You're like, oh wow, that butt's like a little bit smaller than I expected on something this size.
But it's got a good shake to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Corgi butts.
Corgi butts. They're much cuter now.
Yeah.
Now, DRG's expanding now to the two bottom center bases, and just for emphasis, everything on the right is already taken. It's been being mined for a while, so I mean these bases are pushable, but they really need to be pushed and killed. It's not just that they could be attacked; it's that they have to be. And it's funny the way that DRG's playing this. I think it's actually pretty brilliant. He's attacking a base I didn't expect him to hit. I thought he was going to be hitting the lower center base.
Oh, he's
but
getting ready for that.
He can hit this over and over and keep the army here, and then have a much quieter attack there now. And this killed everything, by the way. This may just end the game. Yeah. Meanwhile, another attack here, and he may Bane down. Yeah, he Banes down the planetary, which is like all you need to do. And I think it's a planetary south of this, right?
TY's dead, man. That's it.
That's it.
TY is out of the GSL Code S.
Okay, welcome to this bizarro world.
Group leader in the round of 16 for 3 seasons. He won't be next season, that's for sure.
You can't be a caster and try to play in GSL. Are you mad, TY?
I think you did all right, but not today, unfortunately. Losing to Bunny, losing to DRG. Now DRG gonna get to play Hurricane again. You gotta say Hurricane's favored there. You must.
Yeah, I mean, if the other games mean anything, if records and scores mean anything, Artosis, sign me up for a Hurricane favorite here.
Yeah. be a tough one. It's so strange having TY
This has been
out
one of our-
first, though. When I saw the groups, I'm like, well, TY wins that easily.
Yeah, no, of course. This has been one of our more difficult casts, I think, just because everything that we know from the past doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Guys, tiny little break, and when we come back, Hurricane versus DRG for the second spot in the round of 8 of the GSL.